Hey guys, Scott Diaz here. I hope you are doing well. This tutorial today is going to be on making two-step drums. Just showing how I get the basic drum groove going and a couple of pieces of advice that I like to try and live by basically when I make this particular type of music. So I'm using Machine. This will pretty much apply to any workstation that you want to use, any sampler, any program. The theory is basically the same. So what I'm going to do is just load up a few drum samples, and then I'll very quickly build a quick groove, and then we'll sort of develop it from there. So I've got a pack here which is called Two Step Garage Anthems. It's a product that's available through Connected Audio on Loopmasters, so feel free to go and check that out. All the sounds you will hear in this are from that. There's some really great drum hits and loops and whatnot. So if I just go to the drum hits folder here, and we'll just select a few sounds, audition and select a few sounds. Let's make sure it's not too loud. So I'll just put this up to 130, two steps anywhere between 130 and 135, and I want quite a lot of swing, so I want to be on, say, 54%. So let's just audition some sounds now. Okay, quite like that one. Let's tune that a bit. That's pretty nice. Let's move on and choose a couple of claps or snares. Just take that down a touch. That's pretty nice too. Maybe just get another one of those as a kind of accent snare or an alternative snare to choose from. That's pretty nice. And now we'll get a couple of hats. A lot of the groove often is in the hi-hats. So let's pick a couple of those and then we'll go from there. That one's pretty nice. Now let's just get another one. That's quite nice as a closed hat, and they work quite well together, so we'll just put those in. This is not meant to be perfect, or it's not going to be brilliantly mixed or processed. It's just a video to show how sounds work together and how you can quickly build that groove. So we'll just grab a couple of percussion parts. That's quite nice, little hat and reverse sort of combo sample there. I do like that, and I do like that too. Okay, so we've got a palette of 8 sounds there, and that's probably enough for us to get started. So what I do is just start off with a 1-bar loop. The variation with two-step is important, in my opinion. I do feel like you do need to vary and do some edits on the drums, as well as adjusting the velocity. So really for me, the two main elements are the velocity of the samples and being realistic and lifelike with the velocities, and also the choice of samples. The samples that you choose to use to begin with can actually make your job a lot easier and make the process a lot more enjoyable. I tend to like and gravitate towards sounds that are very snappy, very quick decay, and not much sustain. You get that sort of snappy, energetic garage kind of shuffle with those types of sounds, I find. So I tend to do that. So normally I'd play a few of these things in, but as I don't have another camera set up in order to record the Machine hardware, I will just draw in as much as I can, and we'll go from there. So we're just drawing a basic kick pattern. So we've got our basic. This one's sounding a tiny bit dull, so we'll just add some EQ. Maybe a little maximizer. Okay, that's sounding pretty nice. Obviously it's very static at the moment, so now we're going to add in some hats and we'll see where that takes us. I'm really not sure about that hat. It's not really working for me, so let's just try and swap that out. I'm really looking for something that's more of a closed hat. What I feel is important with two-step is you really want to create that feeling of shuffle and swing, and you can do that a lot of the time with the hats themselves. So if I just solo these two sounds here, you can hear there's a feeling of movement in those. So what we can then do is double over this basic pattern that we have and actually create an edit here. And affecting the velocities really makes a difference. And a lot of the energy also in two-step drums, in my opinion, comes from the sort of quirky use of sounds and additional percussive elements that can really give it that nice syncopation. So this obviously sounds like it would be best suited at the end. And also what I would advise is just play around with the tuning of each sample, because sometimes, you know, a sound may feel like it doesn't really fit, but with a bit of tuning or perhaps a little bit of work on the envelope of the sound, you can make them fit quite nicely, and you will often hit that sweet spot, especially with hats and things like that, where the pitches that you've got just work together nicely. I like to look at it visually and sort of try and process it in such a way where I actually look at the gaps, so I can see there's not a sample here, so this might work quite well here. The thing I often realise with two-step is that there's often a feeling of two movements in one bar, and so that's why I don't like to keep things the same. With a traditional 4 to the floor beat, you've got obviously the kicks on 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then the snares on 2 and 4, and that's why you have that that sort of constant 4 on the floor feeling. Two-step rhythms are better served when it's unexpected. So if you move sounds unexpectedly, or you move something further back or closer in the programming, then what you'll find is that creates again a sort of step or a sort of swung feel. So So I'm liking that. I think that one would be nicer there. Nope, that's not quite working for me. So as you can hear there, we've got a pretty nice, pretty cohesive two-step drum pattern with a fair bit of movement. What I would advise to develop that even further would be to double the pattern length, create a 4-bar loop, again do small edits. You can do things alternating the kicks or mess around with the snares, of course. And there's really no hard and fast rules, just kind of mess around with the velocities, try and get a live feel almost with the hats. Make sure the hats work together, because often they will be the elements that will give you that swing and that syncopation. Just trying a different sound or two here. Okay, so as you can hear, pretty nice sounding, pretty solid two-step drum pattern. I hope that's been of some help to you. And I hope that you've found the advice enlightening. Please don't forget to check out the two-step garage anthems pack. As I say, it's available from Loop Masters, and I'll see you again soon.